Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, we got one against the Rockets tonight, Laker fans. Woods, Tate, Garrison Matthews, and Dennis Schroeder are questionable. I wanted to get that out earlier while it's stuck in my head, that injury report, since I just saw it right now. And that's a big deal because honestly, those are some very key players that they use on a regular basis to try to attack teams. So if they don't have those guys, that increases our chances of getting the W tonight. W that the Lakers so desperately need. This is a two-game Texas two-step, basically, where we went into San Antonio and lost by a couple points. Had a game where we thought we could win, but of course weren't able to execute down the stretch. Weren't able to have enough size on the floor to get us those key rebounds that help us win. And as a result, we had to lose that first game. However, we do have a game tonight, of course, against Houston, and that's not a good team. We expect to have a success against that team, especially if LeBron James is going to be able to give it a go. He's questionable tonight. Of course, he didn't play in the Spurs game, so if he's up for it, I'm pretty sure he'll be fantastic. Obviously, he's coming off a 56-point game, his Laker high, and we were able to win that one. So we're still within a mathematical possibility of a play-in spot, and when you get that, you get the possibility of Anthony Davis coming back, and you feel like you can possibly upset somebody if you can get into that position. So me personally, I've been long singing the song of blowing this thing up and tanking the season out with young players, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the Lakers can't find themselves in a weak Western Conference with an opportunity to do something to make them feel good about how the season ends. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. At the end of the day, last I saw, AD was in a walking boot. And, we're happy there's no surgery necessary for that. And we're happy that there's a possibility he can come back, and a lot is going to be riding on him doing so for this season. So, of course, we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, we got some young players who are getting some playing time that we really, really like as well. THT, Austin Reeves, Malik Monk, Stanley Johnson. Those guys have helped us a lot these last couple games, have played well, a lot of energy. I'm expecting that to continue tonight, and it's going to have to, because they're going up against a team with a bunch of young gunners. And one of the names that I didn't mention on an injury report was a guy by the name of Jalen Green. Jalen Green is a monster who's just getting started in his career, and has played pretty poorly to start his season, but has started to pick it up over the last 15 games. And the thing that has stood out for me is the absolute consistency in his scoring. He is giving you pretty much 20 points a night. He's throwing in a steal. He's got a few boards. He needs to get better rebounding the ball, things like that. But his passing is starting to come around. He throws in a little more assists. You're slowly but surely seeing his game start to round out. He's not just a scorer. And as he continues to grow and get stronger, you're going to find out what type of an elite athlete this is. And when I say elite, I mean elite. He's one of those special specimens of human beings that can do things that a lot of others cannot do. Now, he hasn't tapped into what it is that he can do just yet, of course, because he's still a rookie. But look out, I'm telling you, this is not a normal guy at all. And as he starts to gain his confidence and strength, he'll make all-star teams with ease. He has a running mate that's probably just as good, to be honest with you. KPJ, y'all know I think the world of his game. And, it's one of those situations where you just expect for him to play well tonight. Obviously, he's been battling injury all year long, back and forth, knick-knack injuries that have kept him in and out of the season for his team. But ultimately, he's coming off a game where he had about 22 points, and his scoring is starting to pick up a little bit. I'm certain of what he's capable of, which is giving you a lot of scoring, a lot of assists, and some really good rebounding as well. So as he continues to gain his strength and get back in shape, he's going to continue to help his team. And with guys like Schroeder being out, possibly Tate being out, Woods being out, expect that backcourt to be what they feature tonight, and them boys are going to go nuts. Josh Christopher is another one, yet another one of those young gunners with supreme upside, a rookie who's also going to be fantastic, I'd imagine, tonight if given opportunities. I think the world of that trio right there, and that ain't where it ends. I still got other players too, like a guy by the name of Josh Gordon. Not Josh Gordon, of course, Eric Gordon. But you know what I'm trying to say here. This dude has been around for a long time, just scoring the ball, stretching the floor for his team, and being a serious scoring punch at all times. And from what I understand, he can play some defense too. I never looked at him as a defensive player, but I will be tonight, because the last I heard since I've seen him was that he's a really, really, really good defender. So never paid much attention to that, but I will be watching for that. So yeah, also Alperen Sengun. I don't think I've ever said his name properly, but I hope I got it right there. He's starting to pick his game up now. He's a young rookie center as well. As I said, to me, because they have so many high-level rookies, I truly believe this could potentially be one of the greatest young baby teams ever assembled in the history of the sport. I truly believe that, because of the extreme level of upside of each and every one of these guys that I've named. They're all going to make multiple all-star teams. All of them. I have no doubt about that. And this guy is another one who's going to do that. You know, he's got to continue to build his strength, because for big men it's a little bit different. But Alperen is a player who can do pretty much everything. He's a very, very good steals player already. And you know, if you've been following me closely, that's one of my favorite things to see in rookies. If you're a rookie who can establish a way to steal the ball from pros, that tells me that you have an intangible that's going to allow you to develop other aspects of your game. And it's always held true. You know, I started paying attention to that with guys like Victor Oladipo, Rajon Rondo, players that just naturally just get steals out the gate. He's one of those. So pay very close attention to him as he grows and develops his defensive side, because he can do some things there. Rebounding the ball, he has that. Scoring the ball, he has that. Intangibles in terms of floor vision and passing, he has that. There's a lot of things that Alperen has, and I think, you know, if they develop him properly, he could literally be one of the next great centers for the Rockets. I really believe that. But it's going to take some time, of course. He is on a team that everybody is on the same wavelength in terms of their timeline and everything. So I just love this team and how it grows. It can potentially grow together. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Fact of the matter is, without Tate, Matthews, Woods, potentially those guys, rather, we don't know. But if they're not going to be out there, it's going to be all about them guards. That's what I'm telling you. It's going to be all about Jalen Green and KPJ. And don't get it twisted. They can do whatever they need to do to enforce havoc on both ends of the floor. Both of them. So even though they're a baby team, they don't know how to win yet. You expect to win tonight. You understand, like, this is the beginning of one of those baby teams that turns into a super team. This is the start for that team. So just keep an eye out for those players. Even though they're a little wounded, we should be able to kind of get away with some things. Small ball is a thing that you may be able to get away with. Because I don't think, even though Alperen is a good center right now as a youngster, going up against LeBron James, that's a little much. So this is the type of night you feel a little better about running Bron at the center if you have to. So Malik Monk, I'm definitely going to be looking for him to play well tonight. THT's been playing better and better and better. Incrementally, you're seeing better decision-making and things of that nature. So I'm very happy with his progression over the last several games. I hope he can pick it up and put it all together at some point before the season ends. Of course, we want to talk about Carmelo Anthony and how fantastic he's been on the defensive end over these last couple games. I don't know what has gotten into him, but he's been sitting in that chair and getting some key defensive stops. He's still not, he's not Kawhi Leonard out there in his prime. But what I'm telling you is there's been key moments in the game where Carmelo Anthony has just flat out locked people up. And it's been very impressive, extremely impressive. So that's something I want to mention. And yeah, just going forward, you want to see the Lakers continue to try to use Dwight Howard. You want to see him on the floor because he does give you an opportunity to get offensive rebounds, which is a very key stat for us. We usually lose the rebounding edge, and we usually lose out on rebounds that we really, really need down the stretch of basketball games. And I see so much effort that this team gives, its fans trying to get back in the game, particularly those young players. But it just comes to, it's all for naught because we can't seem to get the key stop or the key board. And so the key 50-50 ball, that kind of thing. So, as these games progress, as we get closer and closer to the end of the season, you just want to see the team improve in those areas. and ultimately win some of those battles. So, yeah, got to have size out there. Please, coach, use the young kid, Gabriel. You know, we picked him up. He can run some small ball. We don't have a lot of games left to see what he can do. I think we have an opportunity here to find out if this can be a piece for us. So I understand that Frank Vogel is under a lot of stress. Probably, his job's on the line. I don't know where his focus level is at this point, but we got to use Wenyen Gabriel in them small ball lineups that you want to put Carmelo in. He's meant for that. That's the piece that he's been brought in to be. So let him run that, and so on and so forth. That's really what it is, man. Hopefully we can get a fresh Avery Bradley. I know coach likes to play him. He's been looking fresher to me. He looks more surprised since coming back from the injury. So if his minutes are going to be up, I expect to continue to see him look better. But for me personally, I'd rather us not lean so much on vets at all, as you know. DJ Augustine has looked pretty good in facilitating the basketball, particularly. I wish the coach would put him in better lineups as well, but all in all, I've liked what I saw because he provides that second ball handler / passer on that floor for us, which makes other people better, So yeah, that's what I want to say, man. I'm looking forward to us carrying the momentum from some pretty spirited games, whether we lost or won. The Lakers have been playing better, and that's something that you take seriously because we've had such terrible showings. That Clipper game was not a great one for us, to say the least. We've had some games where we really, really sucked, but we've also had some games where we've played well. And if you put it all together, you could see opportunities for the team to play better as the season closes. So I'm trying to be optimistic. Usually I'm not, but all in all, I can say I've been pretty upbeat about the effort that I've seen from the team for the most part these last 2 games. So hopefully that can carry forward, and we'll have something to root for tonight. Victories don't come around too often these days. So if we can get one against a bad Rockets team that's shorthanded, then damn it, we need to take advantage of that. So that's what I got to say about that. No bad vibes today. Hope everybody enjoys themselves. I got a lot going on in my apartment because we're trying to fix some things. So I tried to get this video out a little earlier than usual so that I didn't have to do it while they're here. So that's what's up with me, man. My name is BDL44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.